One very new small feature, but very powerful feature, is the render area, which allows us to render only specific areas of the screen that we want to. Let's just load up an example really quick. I'll just load in a standard terrain, and I'm going to apply an ecosystem to it, just the forest and rock ecosystem. Click OK, and then we'll populate it when it asks us to. And now I'm going to zoom out, and we can take a look at our scene. Now let's say we want to have a very high quality render, but we want to know first what exactly just our leaves are going to look like in the scene. And let's say we're not really worried about the rest of it just yet, and we don't want to render a full scene, we just want to render this small little part in a higher res area. So I'm going to go to our render options and set this up to superior and render to screen and click OK. And now we can define our render area, which is right next to our render button. And I'm just going to draw out this little part of the trees right here. And it's automatically going to render at the superior level. And just go up through that little part, click OK. And now we can see specifically just these trees rendered with that higher quality. So we know exactly what it's going to look like. What we can also do is, if we want to render in the main view, we can do that as well, so that we can see it render within our scene, within the OpenGL, so we know what the rest of it's going to look like, and we can compare and still have a better idea of exactly where that render area is. So that's another way we could also use this. And then of course we can resize, so I could do the whole tree if I wanted. We could move it over by dragging our handles. And then if we right mouse click, we can discard our render area. We can turn off use render area, which will still leave it gray and in the background. And we actually cannot edit it if we try to. It's going to edit just the object in the scene. But we can go back and click use render area again, and now it's still there, the same way we had it before. Or we can go and just discard that render area completely. So it's a very cool new tool that we have within View 6.